Hi, I'm going to make some chipboard tokens. So I'm using the Kingdomino print and play, and it's gonna be something like this. So what do we need? Well, we need a cutter, some prints. So I laid it out because I'm going to be cutting out the tokens later with this Cricut maker. Chipboard for the inner part. The prints are printed on sticker paper so we can stick it later. So first things first is when I had this printed, I used a special layout which I created, which takes advantage of the scan and cut of the Cricut maker. So this is one sticker sheet and this is back to back, so later it'll be folded this way. And I made this here, this little green bar here. That's the thickness of the chipboard. So first things first is we're going to have to score that so that we can fold it. So just get an empty, so I just have an empty pen and I'm gonna score this real quick. And then score it on the back because it's gonna fold this way. So you want the score to actually be on the back. The first score was just to mark it. Right, so now that it's scored, we can fold it like that. There, see that? So it's folded along that bar. So next is we have this chipboard. So I had already cut it. You need a straight edge here on one end. I already had cut this with my cutter. And that has to be as 90-degree angle as possible. Like, I don't know if I can show it here. Anyways, yeah, so that when you take this, you can stick it right there. So you want it to be perfectly aligned. Whoops. There. So there, I will show that. So that's to make sure the registration on the front and the back is equal. But of course, when you do print this, you have to add some bleed. So I put bleed on the tokens just to make sure that if there's even a slight misregistration, it's not gonna be so bad. Okay, but this is try to keep it as there. So then I'm gonna now stick this sticker paper onto this chipboard. There, I stuck it. And now I'm just gonna cut out this part. So, I'll use this other chipboard for other sheets. So that should be perfectly registered on both sides. So I've got my SVG file set up. It's using the print and scan setting. I had to make sure also that I welded, flattened all of the cuts so that it looks like this. Here we go. There. So it looks like that. Okay. So now I have to make sure that this black edge here is at the 6 and the others end is around at the 0.5. So I'm going to now stick that into my strong grip mat. Okay, so now it's cutting. If everything went well, then it should be cutting correctly. So there's a little bit of a drift, but that's okay. Right. So here it is, finally cut. So just, oops. There. And oops. So the resource tokens are done. It's a little bit extra than needed, and this tile thing. So now it's the other tiles. So for the tiles, For some reason, with straight cuts, Cricut doesn't really cut all the way through, but it still gives a good guide. So I cut it into strips. I already did. I forgot to video it. And then now I'm just going with a pair of scissors and cutting out these little strips. So now it's easy. See, there's just a little bit left. And then I will end up with these. Ta-da! Okay, the other sheet's still working. And we're done. So here's the big tile and the square tiles and the tokens.